What's up, guys? Please ignore the camera angle. Someone bumped into the table, or I'm sorry, the tripod, and kind of like messed up the angle a little bit. I definitely got to get a new tripod. It's one of the things I've been meaning to get, but haven't gotten around to it yet. But guys, this is coming from the match or the tournament that I got fourth at. I was playing Blurple Croc on the right, and then my friend over here on the left is playing Blurple Kaido. We haven't seen a match like that since probably OP01, so I wanted to display it. And real quick, guys, we are having a case tournament here in Jacksonville, Florida on October 7th. Link is going to be in the description below. If you guys want to stop by, that would be dope. You know, case tournament, and there's going to be some giveaways and stuff too. So I know that our player on the left plays very defensively. He wants to ramp to 10 Dawn and then just drop bombs. So I was a little nervous about that because I didn't think I had a lot of red rocks in my hand. So he basically, 3000 Worlds my Centaur, which I definitely didn't expect because I didn't think he played it. And then I play Pacifista. Pacifista gets met with a Brachio Bomber and he ramps to Dawn. And now next turn he's going to be at 9 Dawn. So I was like, damn, you know, that means Kaido's coming out. So I don't remember. I was like, I have a Pacifista in hand and I debate using it. I believe this is the turn where I have the Pacifista in hand and I debate playing it, but I decide to not do that instead, and I just put 10 on my leader because I don't want to give him free value from his Kaido. So I just decided to do the early damage there, or not so early damage, but the damage that I can do because I know he plays very defensively, and he decides not to go into Kaido, and he's going to go into Who's Who. Who's Who is going to search for the top 5 for an Animal Kingdom Pirates, and that is going to be Queen. A little bit of a glare there, maybe because the camera angle got bumped. But this is actually the turn where he played 3 Who's Who's, and I thought he was going to play a 4th. So he plays Who's Who right there, searches for another Animal Kingdom Pirates. And by the way, guys, the art for Who's Who is so cool. That's one of my favorite alt arts in the game. That and the 2K counter beige from this set are just incredibly beautiful. And I just love them a lot. So he's going to swing 5 at life here. It's going to get met with a Love Mellow. And then since I have 3 or less cards in hand, I draw 2. One from Love and one from Croc. Then he goes ahead and plays Queen. Queen's going to draw 2 and discard 1. And he's going to discard a Kaido, which I know, hey, it was in his hand like I predicted. Then he goes ahead and plays another Who's Who. And Who's Who is going to find a 2K counter Sasaki. And then he taps 1 and I'm like, no freaking way. But it turns out to be a Law. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare on the screen right here. Usually I solve my glare issues, but I did not this time. Then I go ahead and Mihawk him, bottom deck the Queen. I swing 5 at life here, and that is going to get met with, I believe it's a 2K counter. Like I said, guys, he plays very defensively with this deck because, you know, when you drop your big characters, you don't have a lot of, you know, defense really. So he debates a couple different things. I don't remember if this is the turn where he plays the I don't remember if this is the turn that he plays the Kaido or not, but I see the red rock in his hand, so that's probably going to be the play there. Neither one of us was able to keep characters on this field for a very long period of time. It's just basically removing everything, and I think we're pointing at each other's fields. I say this is the most blinged out field we could ever have. We have 4 all arts, both the all art leaders, and then I was like, oh, the only thing that's wrong is the Law, and then he pointed to the super pre-release, and I was like, okay, we are blinged out right now. This makes for some good content. Mihawk is also one of my favorite all arts from set 1, so it just goes to show. And then Mihawk gets sent to the bottom of the deck where he belongs, and then he's going to swing 5 at life. It's going to get met with a 2K counter Sasaki. 6 at life, I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I am going to pass, or he's going to pass. And I decide you know, obviously it's a waste of Dawn to go, or it's a waste of an attack to go after his Who's Who. So I'm never even going to consider that. I'm going to swing 9 at life here. It's going to get met with a block. I'm going to put 4 down. I'm going to play a Pacifista, and I'm going to have 2 Dawn up, which obviously represents a Love Mellow. Am I bluffing? Probably not. But I mean, I would do something like that because, I mean, there's no point swinging with 11. So guys, he makes a mistake here. He swings, or he plays a 10 drop Kaido, bounces back my Pacifista. He doesn't know at this point that he can actually bounce back his own Who's Who as well. And I go ahead and 2K counter out of it. And I don't use a Love Mellow, which means I probably didn't have it. I have a lot of cards in hand right now. However, I don't really have a lot of answers. And he keeps sorry about that. My screen fell asleep and stopped the video recording. But he reaches for his Kaido, and what he goes ahead and does, he keeps thinking I have the red rock. I'm like, how do you know I have the red rock? I have the red rock. And then I draw a card off of Crocodile, and then I draw. And the thing is, I had to play this Miss All Sunday here because I needed to get the draw. I swing 6 at life, and the trigger was a freaking red rock. And I'm forever punished because the Miss All Sunday goes to the bottom of the deck, which would have been very helpful to get that red rock back. You know, for Crocodile, you have to have 4 cards or less in hand when you activate an event. So to get to 4, I had to play the Miss All Sunday, not thinking that that red rock would actually, you know, be the trigger. I didn't even think he was going to take the life, to be honest with you. So the fact that he did was kind of shocking because he plays so defensively, which gives me, it's a little bit of a tell. He goes ahead and goes very wide. He swings 5 at life with his Huzu. I block out with a 1k and 5 at life with a 2k. I take this one right here. It is not a counter. And then I take this one right here. It is not a counter. And I'm getting a little worried here, guys, because I don't have a lot of counters in hand. As you can see, I got some Love Mellows. I got another Red Rock, but I don't have a lot to do. And I'm worried that I'm going to lose this game here because, you know, when you start running out of counters with Croc, I mean, it's not like it has a great leader effect, you know, and I'm playing this deck very defensively. So when I get to low counter in hand and, you know, low life with nothing on my board, it gets a little bit scary. I swing 7 at life here. He goes ahead and takes this, bring him down to 1. And then I play a Pacifista right there. And I go ahead and pass. Now, at this point, I'm like, okay, if he has the 9-drop Kaido, I think I just auto lose this game, right? I think, because, you know, I don't have a lot of counter in hand. I do have 4 Dawn up, but the 9-drop Kaido would definitely hurt a lot because it would establish a lot of tempo on his board. It would get rid of my Pacifista, and I'd have to use basically both my Love Bellows or one of them, at least one of them, to get out of these attacks. So he goes ahead and plays the 9-drop Kaido, which really sucks. Returning the Dawn, gets a Dawn back, swings 7 at life. I go ahead and play Love Mellow. I don't draw a card, and then he swings 9 at life here. I go ahead and 2k counter out and draw 2 from Love Mellow, and then I successfully get out of both attacks, which is great. However, I do have the red rock in hand, so I am able to bounce back this, or bottom deck this 9-drop Kaido. I forget that I did have the second Love in hand to get out of it, so I wasn't in such a bad spot after all. I swing 6 at life, 2k counters out of it. I play Red Rock right there, and I don't believe I get to. Oh, I do get the draw. Okay. And then I draw 1 from Crocodile, and then I play a Sentomaru, and I pass, right? I play the Sentomaru because I'm like, okay, if he doesn't deal with it this time, he doesn't have a whole lot of Dawn. If he doesn't deal with it this time, then I can actually start getting some value out. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to deal with it because, you know, next turn I can really start, you know, using my Dawn efficiently, maybe saving some for, you know, a blocker, saving some for my leader ability, as well as Love Mellow. That's the plan, right? You know, because the next turn I'll only have to use 3 Dawn for Sentomaru, rather than 6 if I played it, you know, if I waited to play it. So obviously he had less Dawn. So I was like, I feel like he's kind of safe. He's at 8. So the only thing I'd be worried about is like a 3,000 Worlds or a Red Rock. However, he already used, I believe, 2 Red Rocks already, and maybe I think 1 or 2 3,000 Worlds. So he swings 7 at life here. I debate taking it. I'm pretty sure I counter out of this one because I was a little bit nervous of him, you know, putting the rest on Who's Who, and then I think I auto lost. So actually, no. I remember. I actually took it to make him think that I did have the counter, even though I did not have the counter. I actually stalled for a long time. I thought about it for a little bit, and I decided to take it, guys. And I'm going to be skipping this game in a little bit, because in a couple turns, it's going to be, I'm going to think for like 5 minutes in one turn, because it comes down to the wire. I'm trying to decide whether or not I should go for game or not, but that is not this turn. I decided to take it, and I'm like, okay, if he wants to put, you know, 5 on Who's Who and swing 7 for game, I'd be okay with that. That's very risky, especially since I have like 7 cards in hand. So he decides to Red Rocket. I swing 5 at life here. He decides to counter out with Queen. And then what I do is I play Crocodile, which was such a saving grace, guys. I play Crocodile, I Dawn -2, I gain a life, and I'm like, okay, I have some breathing room here. I think I'm good. I have another life barrier, and everything is kosher right now, right? Then I realized that, you know, that Kaido is still, or that Crocodile is still vulnerable. I didn't care if he played the 10 drop because I can play I can play the Crocodile the next turn, and then be at 2 life, so I'd have a huge barrier. But I was not expecting the 10 drop, which he's going to be playing. It's the 10 drop, the purple Kaido, which is going to just blow up the whole board, which I wasn't a huge fan of, because that Kaido, I'm pretty sure I didn't have a red rock to deal with it. So that Kaido is just going to sit there for the rest of the game, I'm pretty sure. So he's just kind of debating his Dawn here. He's reading it one more time to make sure that it does exactly what he thinks it does. And he's like, yeah, I don't want you to start cycling your hand. So he's debating. He's like, damn, do I really want to go down to 5 Dawn, 4 Dawn? Let's see, it's a Dawn -6 to blow up the board, and then he doesn't have Oni, so yeah, he would be at 6 Dawn the next turn. So can he deal with that, and I don't think that he can. I don't think he can, especially without a red rock. And by the way, I sped this up a little bit, guys, but this is just a very intense game, so there's a little bit of thinking involved. These are decks that don't necessarily play themselves. There's a lot of different options, and especially with how little life we have and the few cards we have in hand, there's a lot of different routes of play here. But while we are thinking about this, guys, while we are waiting for him to think, I will shout out all the people that are supporting my YouTube membership, which is basically just Patreon, but on YouTube. I do post a lot of the videos that I don't post on here, the matches from all my locals, on those, and only the YouTube membership people can watch it. So I'm going to be posting a lot of the tournament, OP04 tournaments for my locals. I upload anywhere from 10 to 20 a month. So if you're interested, check out the YouTube join button below. So he's going to play the 10 drop Kaido, and it's going to blow up the board. I swing 7 at life here. He counters out to 8, and then I go ahead and play double. I play Kuma, and then I play a Pacifista. And guys, if you remember me saying my hand was clogged earlier, because I drew 2 Pacifistas off of life. So that Kuma is actually very live. I'm going to go ahead. He's going to swing 9 at life here, and I'm going to go ahead and take this. There's no reason not to take it, right? I want to get the extra card just to see what it is, right? Take it, and then he swings 12. I'm going to block with Kuma, and then he did not expect another Pacifista to come out. So guys, this is where it gets very intense, and I'm going to explain what I'm thinking about, right? He had 2 cards in hand. As we can see, I didn't know he this or not, right? But I thought one was a Blast Breath, and whatever, right? If he has a blast Breath, I'm pretty sure I auto lose. What I was thinking of is I need to do damage. I need to make sure that I either can stall for another couple turns, or I can kill him this turn, right? And when I was gonna pretty much swing 7 at life with my leader no matter what, and when I did that, I knew he was going to take it, obviously, because there wouldn't be a point not to. However, I had to swing with my Pacifista next, because if I swung with my Pacifista next, I had to get the blocker off the board, because if I didn't if I didn't swing with my Pacifistas, he would play, if he had the 9 drop in hand, which he actually did have the 9 drop in hand, then if I play my Pacifista, if I don't attack with my Pacifistas, I have a Miss All Sunday in hand and can get back a Love Love Mel in the trash, then he would attack the Pacifistas. He would attack the Pacifista, right? I'm sorry, guys. He would blow up the Pacifista with the 9 drop Kaido in his hand, and then he would swing 12, which I would have to block with the other Pacifista, and then I would obviously have some for Love Love Mellow, but he would still have the blocker on the board, so I wouldn't be able to actually kill him the next turn, and then the following turn I would lose. So I was trying to play to win and not play to survive, and that is exactly how, spoiler alert, guys, if you're this far in, I did win this game, right? Because I had to make sure that if I could kill him realistically in 2 turns and not just auto lose because he has a blocker, right? I had to get that blocker off the board. However, when it came to me swinging 7 with my Pacifista in a little bit, when he blocked it, I was like, okay, with the amount of Dawn I have left, you have to have 2 Blast Breaths to get out of it, and that's how I ended up winning. So let me go ahead and skip the next 3 minutes so you guys aren't bored. And like I said, guys, I did swing 7 with my leader automatically. I knew he was going to take it, so that didn't affect my route of play at all. And I wasn't scared about a 3,000 Worlds trigger. Wouldn't matter because it's a 3 or less that I bottom deck, so it wouldn't affect my Pacifista. And he's already gone through 3 red rocks, so the odds of that being another red rock are just very, 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 very slim, right? Especially because he had another one in life. So the odds of him triggering double red rock with a 4 life leader is just incredibly, incredibly low. So he goes ahead and takes it, triggers it to a Thunder Bagua, and going to 2 Dawn. which honest to God really scared me, guys, because if he had a you know, like another Thunderboggo in hand, then I just auto lost, which really sucked. And now it made me think. I was like, damn, with that in mind, with that trigger, it changed a lot of things. So I was like, either way, I still have to get that blocker off the board, so I'm going to swing 7 regardless. I don't know how long it took me to come to that conclusion, so I'm going to skip it a little bit more right now, actually. And guys, it's a good thing I skipped ahead, because that was like a minute and a half right there to figure out if I should attack. I swing 7 right here, and then he goes ahead and blocks this Black Maria. After he takes some time, he's just like he's like baiting me into thinking he has it, and he blocks. And I'm like, okay, if you have the double blast breath, you got it, bro. But you're not, like, there is no one in their right mind that would block a 7 and counter out of an 11. So I swing 11 at life here. He has the 9-drop Kaido into Sasaki, and I'm like, wow, what a good game, man. Like, that was incredibly fun. If you guys like these videos, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I have a ton more where these are coming from, with all types of different matchups. This one was just a blast. Like I said, if you guys want to see extra videos, I don't do commentary for the videos that I upload to my YouTube membership people, but you do get to hear some really funny like conversations going on in the background sometimes. So that's always fun. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.